everyone, I hope you're all having a great day so far. So it's about 12:15 I think, and hopefully I'm catching you all on your lunch breaks, and I'm going to talk about the topic of relaxing and having downtime. Now I'm actually talking about this because somebody asked me to discuss this topic of how do you switch off. Now you might think that I'm the worst person to be talking about how to switch off, because I obviously have an extremely busy life, as many of you know. For example, today I was up at 4 o'clock. I'd finished my work shift, breaking the top stories to the world by 8 o'clock. I was back home in bed and had a little nap, and now I'm ready to go out again, and I'm going to be heading to Parliament very soon to represent Binti, a charity I'm ambassador of. So I do kind of live 2 days in one sometimes, most of the time. But I do think it's a really important topic to talk about how to switch off. And so thank you to one of my followers and friends who asked me to discuss this, of what do you do to have some downtime. I recently went to Paris with my husband Reese, and we made a pact that we will use our phones for literally 5 minutes in the morning and evening, because we were like, do you know what, we don't get to go out, we don't get to spend that much time with each other because we have such hectic lives, and let's just recognise that this is quality time together. So it's sometimes having that conversation of what's more important to me, is it my phone or is it time with you? And generally I try to have that principle with everything now. So when it comes to using my phone, I tend not to use it if I'm around people. If I want to take pictures, I get someone else to take it, and then ask them for them after, because I just think it's so much more important to have a human connection than a connection with my phone, especially when humans are around. You know, us humans are tuned to have connection with others. So it's quite ironic, I think, that, you know, everyone thinks we're so much more connected because, you know, at the click of a finger we can see what someone's doing on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp. So we think we're really connected, but actually we're not, and we've lost that human connection, that real human connection of actually just picking up the phone. So what I do in my spare time when I have some, or generally when I'm getting ready for something, I will put my phone on speaker and pick up the phone and talk, rather than sending WhatsApp messages. And it's so much more efficient and productive, as well as being nice to hear a real human voice. So that's what I do when it comes to using my mobile phone. I tend to not use it when I'm around people, and I think that should be a real general rule of thumb when it comes to dinner times too, and meal times. If you're sitting with your family, cherish those moments. So I don't take my phone with me. If I take it near the table, I'll put it behind me on the kitchen counter, because I think, do you know what, I don't need to be checking my phone when I've got real people here to be speaking to. It doesn't happen every day that you get to sit with your family and have a meal either. So I have those boundaries in place when it comes to me and my phone. And I know that's hard, but you just have to train yourself and just be more conscious and aware of it. You know, like, is it a habit that you really want to be picking up your phone all the time when you're around real people? You know, probably not. Serena, hi Serena, she says, I totally agree, thank you. So that's it when it comes to your phones. And I suppose other ways that I switch off when I do, because this is a work in practice for me as well. Yesterday I spent the day watching movies, and it's a real rare occasion for me. I don't do it as much as I would like, but I did it yesterday and it felt great. And do you know why? The reason I was able to do that was because I looked at my diary for the week, and actually I am really busy this week. I'm hosting a show at the weekend as well. It's in Watford Coliseum on Saturday, 5:30 to 8:30 if you want to be there. So I've recognised that actually I have a really busy week. So how do I want to make sure I look after myself in that week, in the spare time that I do have, to make sure I give my best when I am turning up to events or working or hosting a show? So I spent the day yesterday relaxing, to recognise that actually I want to be at my best when I come to actually meeting real people. So that's why I came back home today in between my shift and going to the Houses of Parliament to represent Binti, because I want to be at my best. And so it's I've told myself that it's okay to not work for 6 hours in between, because I've done my shift this morning, and that doesn't mean I now need to keep working all day long. So it's just about telling yourself that it's okay to rest, because you need to recharge. Just like you would put your phone on charge if it was about to die, you need to recharge your batteries too. And Serena says, so true, especially with the kids. I can imagine, you know, if you have kids, and the person that's asked me to do this has kids as well, it's even harder, because it's not just about you, it's about your husband, it's about your children, it's about your family, and all those dynamics you have as a mother, a wife, and a human being yourself. You know, you've got to look after yourself. And sometimes I think women especially really don't think about self-care and taking care of themselves. So it's something that we all need to get better at, but it's really essential, and we need to know that it's okay to do it. And some other things that I love doing, I love reading and singing and dancing. Some of you might see my Instagram posts where I'm singing or dancing around. I love it. I wish I did it every day. I mean, I'm so busy now, I don't get as much time, but when I do it, I just feel on top of the world. So those are just some of the things, but I think the main thing I would say is to tell yourself it's okay to relax and not be on your phone all the time, and just decide what habits do you want to cultivate for your everyday. Do you want to be checking your phone, or do you really actually just need 10 minutes to switch off? And sometimes it is just 10 minutes that you need to switch off and recharge your batteries. I hope that helped you, and I hope you'll have the rest of a good day. Take care.